What's going on, everybody, and welcome back once again to the channel. Before we get into today's video, make sure to subscribe and sack that like button. And we got some news that went down just a little bit ago. TJ Hockenson has been traded to the Minnesota Vikings. This makes no sense if you're the Detroit Lions. I just need to get that out there right now. Look, TJ Hockenson is one of the best tight ends in the league. In my opinion, he's a borderline top 5 tight end. In fact, I ranked him as a top 5 tight end coming into the season. And he's a young tight end. It's not just like, I think this guy has the potential to become one of the best the best tight end in a few years once the Kelsey and Kittles of the world slow down a bit. And the Lions just traded him to a divisional rival, and they really didn't get that much in return. The Vikings sent over a second-round pick and a third-round pick, which that is good. But then the Lions, in addition to sending Hockenson, also sent 2 fourth-round picks. So you're telling me they basically traded Hockenson 2 fourth-round picks to get a second and a third? So they're basically valuing Hockenson as a third-round pick, basically? Or even a fourth. Like, that really makes no sense. And it doesn't really, he wasn't someone who was on my radar to get traded, but it doesn't shock me that he was, because this is a team that is kind of out of it already. They're 1-6, and it just kind of makes sense to maybe just get some draft capital. But it doesn't make sense why trade him to a divisional rival in the Vikings, who you're going to be chasing in the coming years. And to add to it, you're giving up capital along with them. If they would have given him up straight up for a second and the third, I would be like, okay, it's understandable still. Why the Vikings? But okay. But not only to the Vikings, too. I think the Vikings destroyed the Lions in this trade, and I have no idea what to make for it. It's an A+ grade for the for the Vikings, and it's really an F for the Lions at this point. Terrible trade, but this is big news. I mean, TJ Hockenson, if you look at his stats over the first 4 years of his career, he had 367 yards as a rookie. He was kind of getting acclimated. He was also injured a bit throughout that season. He only played in a little bit, about 10 games. Then in his second year, he had 723 yards. Then last year, he had 583 yards. And all this is in, he's been injury prone. And now so far this year, he's played in all 7 games, and he has basically 400 yards. He has 15 touchdowns through the 4 years. This guy's a very productive tight end, and he was one of the better, tight end prospects we've seen in a while when he first came out in 2019. Yeah, big trade there for the Vikings. Great move for the Vikings, and it was a position they really needed help in, because they didn't have really a true tight end one, and now they have it. Big move for the Vikings, a team that's in contention. Comment down below what you guys think about all this. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time.